Welcome to vlog 2. Come spend the afternoon with me as I get some stuff done at the boot shop. I just want to say I really appreciate you being here with me and sticking with me as I figure all this out. I'm still going to do tutorials and informational videos about kombucha. One of them I need to do quite a few videos on is cam yeast. But for now, this is kind of like a typical day in my life. Well, I forgot my tripod. Welcome to my second vlog. I'm just spending a day at the boot shop. It's my kombucha kitchen. We call it the boot shop. I've got to clean our sample bottles. We have a bunch up here. We always take samples. There you go. We always take samples to the farmers market so people can try. And maybe they've never had kombucha, maybe they don't like kombucha, or maybe they're just curious. So I have a bunch of bottles to clean up. I'm also checking on our coffee kombucha. If the coffee kombucha is ready, then I'll bottle that or put it into second ferment to let the effervescence build up. And then I have some ingredients to juice because my husband is coming in tonight to transfer tanks. It's a small order for an organic kitchen that we sell to. So I have to juice those ingredients. So here we are. Let's get started. I forgot my other tripod, so this one is already set up on boxes. I don't know how the angle is going to be. And I don't know how well you're going to hear me because I have this boom mic, but I forgot to bring the attachment to attach it to my phone. So whatever, guys, we're going to make it work. Quick tour of our boot shop. Here are some of the bottles that I need to clean up. That's where we put the other bottles. Again, these are for samples. And so I got to put some stuff away. These are our brewing tanks. The one on the left is for starter tea. These two are for production. Only one of them is filled right now, and we will work on that next Monday. These are our second ferment tanks, which we don't use all of them, so soon here we probably will be selling some. Here's the coffee kombucha. Little scobies form. I just got to taste it. I haven't made coffee kombucha in over a year because I changed up the recipe and then it lost its effervescence, and then I kind of gave up temporarily, and I didn't write everything down, so I'll figure it out. Anyway, here's more of our tanks, and here are the refrigerators. This is the tank my husband's going to be transferring today. Actually, I was going to show you, but I don't have this on a tripod. I wanted to show you the SCOBY. Hold on. Here's the SCOBY. This is 8 gallons. We're kegging, putting in a keg 5 gallons, and then the rest we'll bottle for them so that people can take those bottles to go. I'm super sad that I forgot my tripod, but I did, and life goes on, and we'll get this figured out. So let's get started. I think I'm going to clean the bottles first, get those out of the way. So talk about stepping out of your comfort zone. As I'm editing this and putting it all together, I'm just so uncomfortable, but that means growth, right? And I really want to show people behind the scenes stuff. So while I'm washing the bottles, it's time for some chit chat. I love the place that we're at because it's only like 3 to 5 minutes away from our home. So if we forget something, if we have to run and get the kids off the bus, whatever it is, it's not a big deal. It's not like a 20-minute ride. But the things that I don't particularly like is there's a lot of things that are out of our control. So to me, like the floors look a little dingy, even though we mop. I didn't mop today because my husband's coming back later and then he'll mop. I keep our space as clean as I can. I clean the baseboards at least twice a year. I clean off the walls. Kombucha splatters, right? We're working with large amounts of kombucha. So I generally try and keep that cleaned up. But there's some things that are out of my control. You might not be able to see it, but the wall in front of me is pretty banged up. And I will even wash that sometimes. Those gray things that you see about the level of my head with the blue things sticking out, those have the sanitizers and the soaps, and things will splatter because this is a shared kitchen. So sometimes I feel like I do a little extra just to keep it clean because it's my space too. The wall that's behind me, you can't see it, but that has so many dings and stuff, and there's only so much I can clean. Sometimes you clean a wall so much the paint starts coming off. But all in all, we keep it as clean as we can. It is a super blustery day out there. Look at that wind. Oh my God. This morning when I took the kids to the bus, it was 32 degrees. Oh my Lordy. My husband was so kind enough to work the market. I'm usually at a market in Philadelphia on Tuesdays, and I'm not today. So normally he would be in here doing this stuff, and I would be at the market, but roles changed. So this is what we got going on here. I got all the bottles cleaned up. There's a couple more over on the rack. I'm sanitizing these bottles for if my kombucha coffee is done. So up next, we're going to juice our apples and carrots. There we go. I forgot to get fennel from the farms this weekend at the market. So this is the flavor we're going to be making. Apple, carrot, fennel, and cardamom. We use fennel bulb, not the seeds. It's fantastic. I cannot get enough of this one. After this batch, we're not making it anymore. Give that a try if you want any new flavors. I'd probably do 2 tablespoons of apple, 1 tablespoon of carrot, a tablespoon of fennel, and then cardamom to your liking. We just use powdered cardamom. And these are my bowls. I like to, because this is a shared kitchen, I don't like to have any of the food touching the sink. I'm not going to wash this off in the sink I just cleaned in. I'm going to use this other sink. So the building I'm at is up for sale. This is the pasta company side. He retired in the end of August. The place is up for sale. So I'm here until someone says, here's your 30-day notice. I always make sure I wear gloves if I'm touching any type of food. If I'm pouring, I don't, but definitely gloves when you're working directly with the food. It's important to always wash your vegetables and fruits. And I know a lot of people are like, duh, I already know that. But not everyone does this stuff. First things first, wash your hands. Even when I have the gloves on, I wash my hands. I'm not showing you everything here, but even if you go touch your phone, just wash your hands again. You don't know what kind of germs are on there. Karma comes back. You don't want to make something for someone and your hands are dirty. It's just not right. So wash your fruits and vegetables too, because even if there's no germs, there could be dust, and the things that are in dust are disgusting. So we're not going to talk about them right now. But do your best. Do the right thing. We always wash our stuff. We usually get most of our stuff from the farmer's market. So that stuff's sitting outside. The wind's blowing. The leaves are blowing. There's exhaust from the cars. Clean your stuff. So we got some big changes happening around here that I'm going to go ahead and share. And that is that I start work on Monday. So that's about 2 weeks after I film this. And I'm excited, and I've been planning this for a while. So I'm going back to a W-2 job. That also means like a paycheck job. I'm not working for myself. My husband will handle all the boot stuff for now. I might still do some markets on the weekend. And it's just kind of strange to me that I finally figured out what I want to do with this channel, where I want to take it. It's with vlogging to show people behind the scenes stuff that we do. And now I'm getting a job 40 hours a week. So the thing I want to show the most is the massive amount of kombucha that we bottle. I might have my husband record it and I'll just voice over the whole time, but we do like over 100 cases. There's 12 bottles in a case. And it's just interesting to see the process. Obviously, I wouldn't show you the whole thing because that would be hours and hours of work. But I'm excited for the income. I'm also excited to not be outside 2 to 3 times a week in the cold. Where I live, it gets pretty darn cold. There's still other things that I do. I'm still going to do my Sunday market, which is twice a month. And I told husband if there's extra things that need to be done, sometimes we prep a lot of the flavorings in advance and then we freeze them. I will go over in the evenings or on the weekend so that I can record that and continue to share with you guys. It does make me a little sad. I just got all this figured out and now this is happening. So what I'm doing here is I juice the apples. These are the carrots. Carrots did not produce a lot of juice. And then I'm mixing it all together. I'm going to put the cardamom in. And then when husband gets back from the market, he will wash and juice the fennel. And then we'll pour it all in. The owners came in while I was working, so I'm kind of talking to them. So here's my coffee kombucha. I tasted it. It's not ready. Usually you'll see a thin film of SCOBY. Now when I make my coffee kombucha, I do not use the SCOBY. I just use starter tea. Just use one or the other. If you like that's not strong enough, then use both. But it gets really, really strong. That looks like just a blob of yeast. It wasn't ready, so I'm going to give it a couple more days. And I have at least 3 videos dedicated just to coffee kombucha on my channel. Everything's done. Got the bottles clean, got the juice done, checked the coffee booch. I cleaned everything up, so I'm bringing that back into our space. The other space where I was washing the bottles, that's the shared. If you are still here at the end of this video, I love you and I appreciate you.